Hey guys, Matt Brown here. Just want to come to you. This is the first time doing this, so it'll get better, I promise. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm 33 years old, and I'm a full-time bike commuter. I don't drive. I do have my license, but I choose not to drive due to, sorry about that, Matt Park, and people are driving by pretty fast. But so the reason why I choose to ride instead of actually driving a car all the time is, for one, I live in a small town, and with being in a small town, you know, I see a lot more benefits riding a bike. For one, health benefits. In my family, there runs a lot of high health issues like heart disease, cancer, lung, cancer, different things like that. So I'm trying to choose to be as healthy as I can, to be able to live as long as I can for my kids and my family. Not trying to make this, a depressing film or anything, but this is just a kind of intro of who I am, so you guys get to know who I am. I have been bike commuting for the last 6 months, full time. Every once in a while, if the weather's real bad, I'll sit there and get a ride to work or picked up. Last year, I kind of started dabbling in riding bikes again for the first time in, I don't know, 9 years, and I pretty much fell back in love with biking. Yeah, it's been a thing. I've been trying different bikes. I've tried, high-end gravel bikes, a couple road bikes, some mountain bikes. I have 3 bikes as of right now. I have a Trek Excalibur 9, which I am actually getting ready for an event next year that I'm going to sit there and try, which I'll get to later on. I own a brand new State all-road 4130 chromoly set up in the flat bar configuration. And then I just bought my first drop bar again to give it one more try, because I'm not a big fan with how it feels, but I'm giving it a try. So what I'm doing is I bought the new Ozark Trail G1 Explorer drop bar version, and I sat there, changed the stem a little bit to make it a little longer, changed the pedals out to some clipless pedals, and then got a better seat post. And I also took off the kickstand. That right there got me below 30 pounds already on the weight too. But so I'm giving it a try. I didn't want to spend too much money on a drop bar configuration, and to change my Stay all-road to a drop bar, it would have cost me, I think, about $1,000 roughly, just for the stuff, because I already have it configured to hydraulic brakes, because the brakes that are on it weren't that good. So I didn't feel like spending that much money. I figured $250 versus $1,000 to see if I really want to do drop bars is a lot better deal. But back to why I'm sitting there pushing, and one of the events I was talking about next year. So next year I'll be doing 2 events, and this is what a lot of this channel is going to be leading up to. Pretty much taking a person that has been out of shape, 250, 260 pounds roughly. Yeah, I'm gonna sit there and obviously be getting in shape, slimming down for cycling a little bit, but I'm gonna be doing Unbound 200 next year, and then I'm on the gravel, and then I'm also going to be on the Tour Divide next year. For people that don't know what the Unbound gravel is, or I guess it's gravel Unbound, pretty much it's in Kansas, and it is cycling the Flint Hills area of Kansas. And there's different configurations. You got 50, I believe it's 25, 50 mile, I think there's a 100 mile, and then there's a 200 mile, and then there's, for even a longer, a 350. Most of the pros and the people that pay attention to, it's gonna be the 200, and that's what I'm gonna push myself to. Whether I mean, I won't be in the pros. I'll be in, I mean, whatever age group they put me in, obviously. But I'm gonna push, and I'm gonna try to sit there and try my best. And this is all me finding a way, because I'm a very competitive person, to push my health to the next level. But then the next one after that, which is about a month after, I think it's like 3 weeks, a month after that's said and done, you have the Tour Divide, which, if people don't know that, that starts in Banff, Canada, and down to Wells, New Mexico. It's literally Canada to the Mexico border, and that is 2,740 or 2,745 miles roughly. I know they just made a small change on the route this year for the first time in a little bit, because some issues with the old route. I don't know the full specific, but that's another thing that I want to do. Before all this, I was gonna sit there and hike the Appalachian Trail. About 3 years ago, I destroyed my ankle. I used to do solar, and I was carrying a couple solar panels, and I sat there and took a step off of a step to carry them, and there was a hole in the grass in a customer's yard that was hidden, and I completely dislocated my ankle, just destroyed it. I tried, you know, easing back into the weight and going on some of the local trails and small little trips, you know, maybe a mile, not too bad. But once I start sitting there, and if I carry some weight and I try to go on more unlevel terrain, it pushes my ankle too far and it starts flaring up, which I figured a long hiking trip like the Appalachian Trail just will not be feasible for me, not anymore, which was a big blow for me, except the fact that it's something I've been looking forward to doing. I sat there, was studying the trail, I was training, I was getting ready, and I was buying all the gear for it. So now that's out of the question. So, I mean, I probably could still do it, but I don't want to take all that time, go there, and something starts flaring up where I can't finish it. Maybe in the future, if my ankle keeps on healing up more. I have noticed since I've been riding a bicycle, it seems like it's getting more strong. Yeah, and so it has been getting stronger, and I've been feeling more stable on my ankle since I've been riding bicycles more. It's just the extra weight, I think, carrying, especially for a longer trip like the Appalachian Trail, just won't be feasible. Maybe in the future, maybe in the channel, you know, I might sit there and eventually try some of it, or try some of the local trails and see how that works. You know, maybe like carry my stuff, camp out a little bit. Who knows? But I know as of right now, I'm gonna be training for Unbound 200, which you'll see in the clip also on this, that I sat there and I biked, I want to say like 6 miles. To me, it was probably one of the faster paces I ever pushed myself on a bike, especially on gravel. It was 6 miles in about like 15, 16 minutes. So yeah, we'll sit there and go from there. And then, so that Unbound, Gravel Unbound 200 will be first. That's the one I'm probably most nervous about, because there's so many people that's going to be pushing, and it's such a faster pace thing, 200 miles a day kind of thing, with some of the best people in the heat, bike problems, different things like that. And that's one of the reasons why I'm trying out drop bar / flat bar on the steel bike. I'm really hoping in the future, maybe I can sit there and collab with State, the bicycle company. I'm a really big fan of their work and what they do and their product. I have heard that there's been issues with some of the quality control in, you know, the past. I haven't had that issue since I've been riding their bike. It's one of my favorite bikes. I've rode way more expensive bikes, you know, like I said, I got a Trek Excalibur. I've rode on a Trek Checkpoint carbon fiber once. You know, amazing bikes, don't get me wrong. It's just I like how my State rides. The chromoly steels configuration is very comfortable. A little bit on the heavier side. There's still room to sit there and lose some weight in the wheels and different things like that, but sometimes ride smoothness versus lightness, you know, it has its back and forth, especially when you're riding a lot of gravel like I've been. And then the next one will be Tour Divide. Now that one is, I'm hoping to get done in about 2.5 weeks, which for someone that hasn't rode competitively, I haven't rode crazy amount, I haven't really exercised that much ever since I messed up my ankle.
Whew. Barely avoided those holes. Didn't see them till the last minute. Won't even notice they're there. If it wasn't for that truck.
That one is gonna be a huge challenge. I've also had in my past in my life that I've sit there, quit on a lot of things, and I'm trying to sit there and prove to myself that I can actually finish something, especially something that's gonna be as grueling, long, and hard mentally and physically as the Tour Divide. Being away from my family, my kids, and just me being in my thoughts is going to be the hard thing. Hitting exhaustion levels I've never experienced in my life, and probably enduring some of the worst weather that I've ever had to physically endure outside, that I didn't just have a random cover, you know, because I'd be out in the middle of 50-mile span away from people.
Oh, God. Try to get some rest in here.
Yeah, so with that being said, I will sit there and I'll run you through a couple clips of the bike that I've been riding. I'll sit there and go over the next probably month. I'll be bouncing back between different bikes. Probably riding mostly those are trail, because I'm trying to figure out if I really want to be riding a drop bar configuration. I mean, the bars are very comfortable so far. I mean, I've had a little part where my fingers get a little numb, but that's probably more of a fitting issue because I'm not used to riding leaned over as far. I'm used to riding more up like a mountain bike, or back, you know, I used to ride like a BMX bike. Surprisingly for a Walmart bike, it shifts pretty much flawlessly. I don't see an issue with the gear ratio. I don't see an issue with any of that change. The tires grip amazing on it. It's heavier than some other bikes I rode. The brakes actually ain't too bad, surprisingly, for a very cheap, you know, setup. Yeah, I mean, for it being a very cheap setup, I can't ask for a better setup. I mean, on a bike. I mean, it is a medium, which I should be more on the large. My size, I'm 6'3", but I like to ride a hair smaller bike frame. Usually I ride a medium large on mountain bikes. And then on this, how those Arcturel ran their medium and their large, it just was in a very weird configuration. It has actually the same reach and a lot of the same geometry as my State, which is a large. It's just, it is a little shorter. So on the inseam step over, which is perfect for me, I feel more down, more controlled. I don't feel so high up on the bike where I'm just kind of on top of a bike. I feel like I'm kind of in it, which is real nice. So I'll be making a lot more videos on this one. This one's faster. So this is, if I'm gonna race, I'll be most likely racing something like this configuration. Obviously, I'll be sitting there upgrading to a little bit higher end quality, but if I, you know, can decide I want to go this route by the time Gravel Unbound happens next year. Now on the Tour Divide, I'm gonna be more comfortable. I'm gonna have some aero bars. I'm gonna be up more. I'm gonna be riding my Excalibur. So it's gonna be, I'm pushing myself for this setup to go for hopefully Gravel Unbound to give me the best chance I can to place the best I can. And then on Tour Divide, I'm gonna more focus on comfort. I still want speed because the Excalibur is a cross country and is a fast bike. It's just, it sits me up a little bit more. It has a suspension fork, which I'm going to be changing out from the RockShox Recon Gold fork to most likely a either a RockShox Sid or a Fox Stepcast 32, you know, to lighten the weight of the fork quite a bit. I'm going to be changing out the wheel set to some carbon ones, drop down that rolling mass, and I'm also going to reduce the tires from the knobbier, fatter, aggressive tires that has on it that's a little bit heavier, to some 2.25 Mezcals, the lighter ones, and it's going to still be tubeless configured. I already changed out the seat post to a carbon fiber seat post for one, weight, because I don't, and two, I don't want to be dealing with the issues of the dropper post malfunctioning on me. I mean, yeah, there's a higher end dropper post that can probably sit there, but I don't want to be dealing with all that. And, you know, three, I mean, carbon fiber versus aluminum seat post or even steel ones, I've noticed have been a lot more comfortable. So we're gonna go from there, and I will be showing you some clips, and I hope you guys enjoy any of these videos coming forward, because this is gonna be my journey coming from just a bicycle commuter to start racing, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the journey with me, and you know, we can start a little community here. And who knows, maybe I can encourage some other people that have health issues in their life, or that has been like I was, sitting on the couch a lot and didn't want to sit there and take that step to get to riding bikes back and forth to work or anything like that. You know, that'd be cool too. I mean, you know, we all got to do the best we can in life, and I've noticed also since I've been bike commuting that I have been a happier person. I feel a lot better. I have more energy every day. It has its benefits, and I definitely would encourage anyone, you know, to sit there and do that. But I'll sit there and show you some riding videos, and we'll sit there and go, and I'll answer any questions anyone got. And if you guys want to see a certain video, want to see me on one of my other bikes, you know, leave a comment, leave a like, and please subscribe. I mean, any support I would definitely appreciate. Thank you.